You know that day when you're 6 years old and you're like, wow, society, society really places these unrealistic, odd, nonsensical, weird things on gender, on everything, on everybody. We're just people, and it's very odd. It's being drilled into us that to do this makes me a girl, or I can't do this because that's not what boys do. And you're just kind of annoyed by it. And you see those people that have clearly never had a thought in their lives, and they seem so much happier, right? They never question what they're taught. They've never questioned any of it. I mean, you're smarter. It definitely helps your life in a better way to realize that these societal standards are unrealistic and odd. But those simple thought people just seem a little happier, and you're like secretly a little jealous. Well, do I have the solution for you? Stop thinking. Become one of them. Apparently, that's a solution. Just don't think. Because it's masculine. I'm a woman because I say so. Apparently, there are other things that make you man and woman. We are going to dive in on what we've kind of been missing out on when we're sitting there going, wow, sexism is bonkers. You know, men and women can do and be what they want, and feminine and masculine is, it should be, if you care about that stuff, expression. It should be something that's good for you, how you choose to express yourself. It shouldn't be confining boxes. However, people are still doing that. We are still 6th grade boys and super old people going, that's not very ladylike. As women, according to history, men, losers, and now TikTok, we shouldn't be thinking. That's not for us. Thinking, this whole feminist agenda thing we had, we need to get rid of it. Today we're learning what it means to be in our feminine energy. Now, I know feminine and woman are not the same thing. I am not putting them in that box. It doesn't seem like upfront that's what they're doing. They're just saying feminine. They mean woman. You know they mean women, and it will become a lot more prevalent as we continue. They mean women. Let's dive into this perfect advice, which is not humiliating, degrading, or ridiculous. First, TikTok. It's kind of long. 5 things to do to step into your feminine energy. Are you ready? Woo!
Things that I did to go from hyper masculine to stepping into my feminine.
Immediate cutoff. I will be interrupting these people a lot. It's not very feminine of me, but I just started learning. Why did we swirl and clink our glass? Is that how you release the knowledge of feminine energy? To make sure you have a clinky, cute little glass?
First things first is I eliminated hurry from my life. So where can I eliminate this feeling and this obligation to like rush and hurry? When it comes to feminine energy, the feminine doesn't rush. She takes her time. Honestly, I had to ask myself, like, what's the rush? Like, where are we going? Eliminating all things in my life that made me in a hurry, remind myself to actually enjoy the process, because that's the best part about living, is like getting into something and juicing all of the yummy deliciousness out of it. Because what's the point if you're just like in a hurry, stressed out, chaotic? Yeah, you get to where you want to go, but you're literally so tired because you rushed through it the whole entire time.
Hey, do you want to be polite and get to your friend's house for dinner on time? Or, I don't know, get to work on time? Not allowed. Who cares about the court date you have in 20 minutes, about your 50 billion parking tickets? Take your time getting there. Who cares you have to be out of the door 10 minutes ago? Not me. Certainly not the judge. She will see you walk in and she'll go, oh, I was stressed out that you were late, but I just saw you are a woman and you're just a girl. How can she he. Thinking, judging, that is masculine energy. So it was ridiculous of me to assume the judge would be a woman. I'm so sorry, girlies of TikTok. I mean, my cup clinked, so I thought I was doing good, but I did just lose a point.
Number 2 is cutting out anything that is draining your energy. And this can go multiple ways. Obviously, first and foremost is boundaries. boundaries. So if you're someone who has a hard time saying no, we have to get into a better habit of doing this. But also asking yourself, like, what things are constantly draining you? What things in your life, like, do you finish and you're just like, that is a key indicator that that's probably not very aligned. Eliminating anything that drains your energy. So if you are in a friendship or a relationship or a job that does not light you up and it actually drains your energy, we need to reevaluate that.
Life will always have things in it that are difficult. Sorry. That was so masculine energy of me. Oh my god, ew. What I meant to say was, I will no longer be working out. It drains me, I get a little tired. No one should be working if you're a woman because it drains you, and that is not in your feminine energy. Clipping my dog's nails. Never again. They can have claws because you know what? In my feminine energy, who am I to stop nature? That stresses me out.
And number 3 is nurturing yourself. So this goes back to self-care. I was in such a huge rush at all times that I told myself that I don't have time for self-care.
This is just life advice. It has nothing to do with being in your feminine and your masculine energy. If you're in a draining relationship, you should leave it. When you need to slow down and self-care, slow down and self-care. That's not a feminine energy. What does that even mean? It was ridiculous of me. And I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush to get through this TikTok. We'll just let her finish her point. Let her finish point number 3.
Important to actually make a point to ask yourself and check in with yourself. What do I currently need? Now, a lot of times I am able to actually see like when my body needs like fruits and vegetables and when it needs like leafy greens, when it needs like protein.
You're not in your feminine energy because you know to eat fruits and vegetables. Wait until Fox News hears about this. Having a salad, putting your kids in their feminine energy, your hard-working boys in their feminine energy when you give them a salad. Like I said, I know she's not saying every time you eat a fruit and vegetables it's feminine. It's listening to your body. It's taking care of yourself. It's slowing down. That's just good advice all around. It's just in this way it's framed to be feminine. Stay home, brush your hair, don't be rushed, relax. Your masculine energy, a man should be grinding, should be working, should be at the gym. No thinking, does not know himself, and that's pathetic. That's so sad. If I knew someone super masculine or just a man, you know what they're saying, and they didn't know to slow down and listen to themselves and take care of themselves, they're going to be miserable. And these are the same people, not her, she could be super nice, I don't mean her specifically, but the same people that will complain about a boyfriend they have that can't think for himself, that they have to baby, that they have to parent, that can't communicate their feelings, that's insensitive, and they sort of have to like mother. It's a result of this behavior and this mindset of telling girls and boys that this is this and this, like, you can't do that. It's masculine. It's manly. Like, she's got good advice sandwiched in here, but it shouldn't be, you want to be a feminine woman. To be a feminine woman, you have to slow down. Just odd to me to preach that it's feminine to take care of yourself and prioritize yourself.
Number 4 is probably my favorite, and that is creating a ritual out of quite literally as many things as possible in your life, because life is one big beautiful ritual if you can make it that. Make a beautiful ritual out of everything. So your morning routine, like find like a fun little coffee cup that's like super cute.
She's basically like, have a cute coffee mug. Slow down and enjoy the small things. That's in your feminine energy. Everyone should be doing that. That's not a.
Last but not least is learning about the seasons.
Do you know to slow down in the winter and take care of yourself more? Unwind a little bit, be in less of a rush, take care of yourself, put on a jacket when it's cold. Do things to help you be in tune with yourself and the world to be happier. Feminine. Put your vitamin D down, because that would be feminine of you. That can't be what she's saying.
But once I actually learned about living with the season, this just really changed my life, honestly. Our bodies are similar. Our human DNA is similar to nature. Us as humans, just like trees, just like flowers, just like anything in nature, we run through the season. We have trained our bodies and our mind to live in this constant state of summer.
That's what she's saying. She's saying, one, she didn't know that people are made up of the same thing as the world around us. We operate different in different seasons, and it's feminine to be aware of that and take care of yourself to do so. This, what we're doing here, relaxing, having tea, because it's cold out. Feminine, you should be chopping lumber outside. So I'm not finishing this video. Sorry. I know she said to not be in a hurry. I'm so sorry. Video number 2. Do I think basic etiquette and manners are important now more than ever, based on how you heathens behave in public? Yes. Be courteous. Open the door for people. Be quiet in the fucking movie theater. Be aware of other people. Yes, important things. That, when you start boxing it up into to do this is because you're feminine, because you're a woman, it's so silly, and I think places such a heavy burden on us that's ridiculous to think about these things. It's not very feminine energy of me to think this much. Sorry. I will just comment on the video itself. Made notes, wrote it all in my hand. I didn't. Only have 7 seconds to show off your beautiful self. Write that down. If you ever see someone trying to get into their feminine energy, open a door, and it is not 7 seconds of them showing off their beautiful selves, it's 5. Body slam them. How dare they? That is appalling, ridiculous etiquette. The form atrocious. Keep your chin level, and that's important because I don't know, actually. Maybe I have another etiquette video, but maybe this etiquette video will tell us why. Again, do I think it's important to have common courtesy and be polite in a restaurant? Yes. Do I think how you're holding the menu is the problem? No. No comments. None. I can't ask questions. I can't lean over and go, do you think they cook these Brussels sprouts in butter? Or can I ask? No lifting off the table. Why can't I lift it off the table? Am I allowed? Okay, no comments allowed. Sorry. This is ridiculous. Do you think the super rich etiquette's been forced upon them? People at restaurants who know to do this and are always doing this are polite to the waitstaff? Do you think they know how to properly speak to the waitstaff without being demanding and rude? Not her. Not her. I'm not saying her. I'm talking about, you know what I mean? How do you read it if you can't hunch over or pick it up? Oh, you just set it against the table. Duh. Okay. Sure. Why am I not allowed to lean a little bit at my own table and read the menu? Because I'm allowed. She's not saying you're not allowed. But it wouldn't be elegant and wouldn't be feminine. It wouldn't be the right way to be a woman. God, that's gonna be exhausting. Instead of thinking about how annoying sexism is and ridiculous standards we have, the brain is just filled with etiquette tips and what to do and how to do it perfectly. I guess they swapped one thing out for another. Again, not her. She could be super lovely and incredibly kind and funny, and this is just what's important to her. Good for her. I'm not blaming or saying anything about her. I mean, stuff like this that's ingrained and, you know, whatever. Wow, I really cannot just make a quick quip and continue on, can I? Let's find out if TikTok number 4 will help me be less annoying.
You have to be a little bit more ladylike, and then just some general etiquette tips for when you're at dinner or whatever. Let's start with having some table manners. Obviously no phones at the table, but don't leave your phone on the table either. Make sure it's outside, out of mind. Don't put your bag on the floor.
I got the phone thing. I understand why. Don't get the bag thing. Why does it matter where you put it? Because that's the right way a woman should perform to do it. Somebody told it.
Or if it's a nice place, it should have a little bag hook for you, or maybe a bag stool, but you can also bring your own bag hook. I wouldn't necessarily put my bag on the dinner table, but I would hook it underneath.
Rookie advice. Have one of the wait staff and just stand there and hold it for you the whole time. Woman hack.
What you wear to dinner is really important. No club dresses at the table. Just wear something appropriate. Maybe not something skin tight or something super short. You're at dinner, you're not at the club.
Dress appropriate if the place requires it. And I don't mean that in a annoying, uptight way. I mean, be aware of your surroundings and appropriate. That's just a people thing. You know what? It's not usually women that are underdressed. I went to a nice place for a friend's birthday and they had this dress code. Everyone's there dressed kind of nice. There's guys in flip-flops. I think everyone should just be a little aware and courteous. It should not be a woman thing to be courteous and aware. Because again, these are the same people that are going to complain that their husband is a man-child and wears sandals. You've been preaching that it's a woman thing to care about these things.
When your food arrives, take your napkin and put it over your lap. And when you want to wipe something on your napkin, don't wipe it on the front. Imagine this is your napkin, it's folded in half and you've placed it over your lap. When you want to use it, do not use the side that everyone can see. Unfold your napkin, wipe whatever you want to wipe on the inside, and then fold your napkin back so your napkin always appears clean.
Why does your napkin always have to stay clean? It's unladylike to use your napkin to leave a mess, to enjoy your food, to not be perfect and pristine. Don't let people know you use your napkin because you're a woman, and how dare that sloppy Joe get on the side of your mouth. Disgusting animal. If you have to wipe it away, go sit in the corner and hide, and then fold the napkin away and throw it away, get a new napkin. That's what you should be doing. If they see you fold your napkin to hide the mess that you made, you do have to take them out back and kill them because they might snitch. You know how the wait staff are.
If you're at dinner, always leave a little bit of drink still left in your glass and a little bit of food left on your plate. Don't clear the plate or drink everything in your glass. They used to do this back in the day so the servants would have something to eat. I don't do it for that reason. I just like the etiquette of it.
I don't do it for a reason. It's just what you're supposed to do. There's no reason I do this. People used to do it back in the day so their servants could have some of the scraps. Don't drink all the drink in your cup, even though you paid for it.
Your manners are really important, so make sure you're saying please and thank yous with waiters and waitresses or the host at the door.
It's not really that important to say please and thank you because you might have to dispose of them later.
Along with that, don't be boastful or arrogant or rude. Sometimes someone might ask you how much something you're wearing costs, and the nice thing to say is just, oh, I can't remember. Or you could possibly say it was a gift, but don't talk money at the table.
Talk money at the table. Oh, are women not supposed to know about finances and money? Or are you just aware you should be embarrassed about how much you shell out on a dress? Sorry, are men allowed to talk about money and finances and their job at the table? Or I love when someone goes, I love that jacket. How much did it cost? And I get to go, I thrifted it, actually. And let me show you the tag. You can find it. We'll try to find a cheaper version for you. You can have this one. There are manners, time and place conversations, and etiquette that's basic and all that stuff is important. This is too far.
Talk Like a Lady, Part 3. A lady doesn't swear. A lady never shows up too early or too late for a party. A lady never brings uninvited guests to a party. A lady never eats until everyone in the table is served. A lady never blows her nose in front of other people, especially if she's at a table.
Again, to box it up into ladylike is so silly because that is just basic manners. You should be appalled if a man is sitting at the dinner table and starts blowing his nose, and they're the ones that feel entitled enough that they're allowed to do it because they were never told to be courteous and be ladylike. That's just silly. We know this. Why am I not allowed to be human? Because I have to fit your performance? You are. Okay, you know what? Let's just keep finding out what it means to be a lady. What do we got? Don't swear? Don't blow your nose at the table? Stuff we want.
If you're eating bread or a croissant, you don't put the whole thing in your mouth. You cut a small piece and eat little by little. If there's jam or butter at the table for everyone to share, you don't constantly dig in. You take a generous amount, put it in your own plate, and use that serving for yourself. A lady never puts her purse on the floor or at the table, always in your legs or behind your back.
To maybe tell people, hey, it's unsanitary to put your bag on the floor. You're also going to be touching it and you're like spreading germs. You don't want to touch floor germs and put them in your eyeball. That might be an excuse. I don't get why it's etiquette, like why that step is necessary. Why would you even worry about that? A real lady, like I said, stopped one of the wait staff members and was like, hey, I'm a lady. You have to stand behind me the whole time eating and hold my bag. So this isn't even a concern anymore. I've got the guy. You don't need to keep telling me to not put my bag on the floor. I'm gonna have to buy a bag and find a guy to hold it. This is so complicated.
A lady treats everyone with respect, especially servers, and doesn't look down on anyone.
Yes, it's not because you're a lady that it's important to treat people with respect. It's because that's important. Not a little box that you have to tick off to make sure your performance to be a woman was good enough to be polite and courteous. That is just a human value everyone should have, except the man you've hired to stand there and hold you. Not even hired. It should be government mandated thing that all ladies have someone following them around all the time to just stand there and hold their purse while they eat. So you don't have to treat that guy with respect, but everybody else, very important. This is a slideshow. It's real quick etiquette tips. So place the coffee/tea spoon on the saucer. Do not leave it inside the cup. Sure. Okay. Avoid placing your clutch under your arm. I have to buy a clutch to hold. Wait, where is her guy that just holds her bag the whole time? In a formal setting, a moist cake should be eaten with a spoon for cutting and eating and a fork for pushing the cake onto the spoon. What the fuck are you talking about? Always respond to an invitation, even if digital, within 24 hours unless specified otherwise. Yeah, that's just polite. That's not a break a croissant into bite-sized pieces and place them in your mouth instead of biting. Yeah, to not make a mess and be courteous and be able to speak at a table without having food shoved in your mouth. But if it's not gonna make a mess and you can just take a quick little bite, pick that croissant up. Pick it up, live a little. No one is sitting around telling a man, cut your croissant into tiny little pieces, please. The only thing that should be determining how you behave is, besides like safety, is being courteous and polite. How to walk like a lady. If you're just listening to this and not watching it, she's saying don't walk with your legs open, walk slowly and in one line, hands move with purpose. What's the purpose? Stability? Yeah, duh. This is more exhausting, tedious than sitting there and reflecting on sexism and being an individual person and letting what's feminine and masculine not exist for a box that you have to check off to be perfect, but instead your expression that you like and enjoy. How to walk like a lady. God damn. Here's another long one about how to become feminine.
Start unlocking your feminine energy. You need to get out of a survival mindset. For a lot of my girlies who are working, a lot of you guys have mostly masculine energy. Masculine energy is all about controlling the situation and working really hard. Feminine energy is all about trusting and receiving. Basically, to truly be in your feminine energy, you need to feel taken care of and secure. No matter what situation you are in life, a few ways to get into your feminine energy and start feeling secure is to, number one, make sure you always rest. Get good sleep and nourish your body. Number two is self-care. You need to feel like you are being pampered and spoiled. Do hair treatments at home. Lounge around your house all day drinking tea. Get into the habit of having a soft life.
No, sorry. Self-care. Again, everyone thing. Two. I don't want to keep interrupting her because everything she said at the beginning was freakish and insulting. You heard it here first, ladies. Don't work or think because that is masculine. I've always found it insulting when people do things because I'm a lady. You open the door for me because I'm a woman is silly. I think if you're near the door, you hold it open for the person behind you because that's polite. I'm gonna hold the door open for someone like I am capable. There should be a balance in your life of working and being stressed out and doing hard things, and also taking care of yourself and reflecting and knowing yourself. That should be a balance everyone has. No, this is demeaning. This is so girl dinner, girl math, girl, I'm just a girl. That's so insulting. Repackaged, you throw like a girl, but you want an excuse to be. Why are you associating the stupid and lazy and uninformed way to being a girl? Grow up. Grow up. Be an adult.
Another hack is when you pay your bills or buy anything, pretend that somebody else is doing it for you. And just imagine that you are just a spoiled princess who gets taken care of all the time. When you go out or when you're with people, start asking people to do things for you. Ask them if they can pass you things. Ask them if they can get you a drink. If you're walking with a group of people, stand by the door and wait for them to open the door.
This is pathetic. I don't even have like a funny joke of like, have a man stand behind you and hold your back the whole time. I think this is pathetic.
When you're out with men, just sit there and allow them to offer you things and stare them in the eye and sit pretty until they do.
The reason stupid men incels online think women have an easy life and get offered free things, it's not because they're women and women has an easy life. It's because men think they're entitled and think they're going to get something out of giving that free drink. They do things with the intent of getting something in return. It's not because women are praised or women have this easy going, laid back life. This is not the reality. This is pathetic. This is no critical thinking about how hard we actually have it. You just don't want to think about how you are a victim in misogyny and how terrible it really is. Imagine how many other layers there are whenever you start integrating other identities, because this is just such a privileged way to think about things. And even taking that apart, it's pathetic and insulting. I get it. It's probably back of mind to be exhausted about what it is to be a woman, and you're tired of it and pissed off, and you just don't want to think about that anymore. So this is the go-to route, but it's pathetic.
Practice asking and allowing them to give. Present problems to the people that you're with, and if they have masculine energy, they will solve it.
This is what I mean. Is no, feminine and masculine have nothing to do with men and women, and it should be an expression thing, and I'm not putting them into man and woman box. They are. They are. You know that they are. And this. A man isn't going to solve your problems. Okay? You as an individual, do it yourself.
You can tell if a woman has masculine energy if you're with a friend and you present a problem and she goes right away to solve it.
No, that's not masculine energy. That's being intelligent and capable.
You are seriously not meant to lift a finger. You're here for your energy, your calmness, your emotional intelligence, and your nurturing nature.
This is not a nurturing nature. You're recycling propaganda and stereotypes. This isn't very nurturing, is it? This is not called being submissive, it's called being comfortable with somebody. Okay, say you subscribe to this mindset. You're thinking dominant and submissive means that somebody, whatever. Do you not want your partner to be able to be comfortable around you, want to take care of you and be taken care of? Do you not want the same dynamic because that's what's comfortable and loving and actually caring? Or do you want to check off little boxes for status, for what's right? Because that's not loving, it's not a relationship, that's a performance. I want to be able to take care of the person I'm with the same way they would. Like, I want them to think and feel the same way I am.
Exactly how you're going to step into your feminine energy.
Oh, my drinks are empty.
Attract, don't chase. This is so important, but when you're in touch with your feminine energy, you have this kind of like abundance mindset that everything comes to you. Stop sending the first text. Stop constantly chasing down emails, phone calls, likes, notifications, and have the mindset that what is meant for you will come to you.
Don't email your boss. Don't care about your relationships. Don't put effort into things. Do I get this on a level of don't stress out about other people's validation? Just relax and do what you need to do? Yes. However, this is not the way she's right. This is not what she's saying. She's saying don't chase down things. Don't have goals and don't work for them because you're in your feminine energy. I wonder what that could mean to these people.
Start making time for self-care. Looking after yourself should not be a chore.
Nothing to do with feminine. I'm skipping. I can't fucking do this anymore. And what sucks, I want to compliment her so bad. She's so pretty. She has a nice voice. I love her outfit. I love how comfy she seems. I wish she was giving out not feminine and masculine and coding it and boxing it in. She's more like, it was just self-care and how anybody stressed out could live better. It's not doing that.
Make sure that you have really lovely manners and present yourself with class and elegance at all times. Feminine energy is elegant energy.
To everybody, it's not a feminine energy thing. It is so much more important that we market this to everybody, because when you do it this way, one, it's exhausting. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I'm just going to. Anything else? Do you have anything new?
Brush up on basic manners and etiquette tips. If you're not entirely sure, I can make a video on that too. Have creative hobbies. Being feminine is being creative. And lastly, try to be more present. Remember to slow down, take a breath and think through what you're going to say before you say it.
That's just an important, mindful thing everybody should be doing to take care of themselves. Why are we putting taking care of yourselves and being kind in a feminine box? Okay, let's hear from a man.
Like women, but they don't like feminine energy, because feminine energy leans on masculine energy, and you need to be masculine to be able to deal with that shit. Because let's think about it. At the surface, a woman is very playful. She's very intuitive. She's very empathetic.
Because it's ingrained and socialized into us that we have to be. And one, it's trained out of men. We are not different. We are socialized differently.
Things to love about a woman at the surface. But after all of those things, she then goes to being vulnerable.
We should all be vulnerable with the person that we are with intimately. And we shouldn't have to feel like we can't be because we are masculine. A man. I keep phrasing it the way they do, a feminine and masculine energy. You know what they're saying.
And then she surrenders. And then she leans on the man. She then depends on the man.
Lean on the person that you're with and love them. Not because you're a woman, and that's what men are for.
And she then becomes insecure about her man. She then becomes emotional about her man. And those are all qualities that a real masculine man should be able to deal with. Because when you masculine, you don't mind communicating because you're ambitious. And when you're ambitious, you're goal driven, you're action driven, you're doing driven. So if you have real ambition towards taking care of the woman that's around you, masculine energy is all predicated on feminine energy. And if you can't deal with feminine energy, then you're not really that masculine. Masculine ain't no macho man shit. It's being able to be the problem solver.
Do you not feel insulted that you're not the problem solver, that you can't solve problems on your own and you need a man to solve your problems because that's what men do and you're a woman? Why can't we just be who we are? I get saying there's a balance in relationships, but it should be coming from both ends. Every quality he's listing should be in both people so you can take care of each other, not so you can fit
all of the problems that the feminine have. And that's what the feminine energy is, being a problem solver for all of the problems that the masculine have. So
see, why can't we just say we solve each other's problems and take care of each other? Instead, it's got to be a box to fit because you're masculine and she's feminine.
I do feel like there's a lot of lust attached towards women rather than love attached to women.
That is because we are socialized to depend on male validation. Even men. Men will turn to another man's validation before a woman because it is seen as insulting and not masculine and not manly to care about feminine things, to care about women, to seek their approval because you're lesser, because we've been told to fit into these boxes. Like, I feel bad for men being told they have to be strong, man of the house when they're a child and not cry, and it snowballs and results into all this. I hate that. I hate the teachings. I think it's embarrassing. I hate the way that we're socialized differently because it says F or M on our driver's license. It's just pathetic. This one's long.
Let go of everything that's making your life hard and literally become the universe's passenger princess. For episode 1, we're going to talk about the difference between how men manifest and how women manifest. And the best way I can explain this to you is with an analogy that I heard on TikTok a couple months ago about how life is basically a mountain and men are born at the bottom of the mountain while women are born at the top.
I said this was like a coping mechanism to deal with how angry we are, realizing how unfair and ridiculous life is. This is just stupidity and wrong. Statistics, babe. In what world, what stats are you looking at? What life experience are you looking at?
The reason why men are born at the bottom of this metaphorical mountain.
Oh, we have reasons. Thank God she's gonna explain herself. Maybe I was too quick to judge. Let's find out why men are born the bottom of the mountain
is because their life journey is about the climb. It's about doing, it's about achieving, it's about strategizing. How am I going to get from this point on the mountain to this point on the mountain? Men basically earn their worth through the work they put in to climb the mountain.
Men are the most pandered to, catered to, and babied people in society. Comparing men and women. When you start getting into like race, religion, and I'm just talking men and women. A man walks into a room and is immediately respected and regarded as better to every other man than a woman who has to earn and prove and jump through hurdles, and still even then.
Women, on the other hand, are born at the top of the metaphorical mountain because we are born with inherent value.
Whose rights are debated and limited, and throughout history you couldn't do anything like talk about money or have, I don't know, get assaulted, get diminished. Our value is based on how we dress and how we look and how we perform and how we fit into little etiquette boxes. Whose? It's not men.
Our life journey is not about climbing the mountain. It's about remembering how worthy we already are. Feminine energy is about surrendering. It's about letting go and trusting and loving yourself enough to know you are inherently worthy, because that's what puts you back into your natural state of being at the top of the mountain. That's where you become the universe's passenger princess. You love yourself enough to know that you do belong at the top of the mountain.
That's the only thing she said that made sense. Love yourself enough to know you belong at the top of the mountain. I'll say we're all born at the top of the mountain. Men are taught and coddled and kept there. Women are forced down and have to climb up. Love yourself enough to know we should all be at the top of the mountain, perhaps.
And you also trust the universe, aka the masculine energy, to bring you what you need. Now, you guys know that I always come equipped with resources to help you integrate what you've actually learned. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into ChatGPT.
Okay, I thought I was losing my mind. I thought surely this surgence of feminine masculine energy, these people are wrong, right? But then I keep watching these and I'm like, people agree with us. These TikToks got traction and attention. What's wrong with me? Am I wrong? But then she just said ChatGPT and I was like, oh yeah, you're a fucking idiot. Full offense. And I mean, that is the most ladylike, polite, womanly way to put what I think about that. ChatGPT, you're a joke. You're an idiot. This just confirmed I'm right, they're wrong. Add another one.
Doing to increase my feminine energy.
We're not gonna watch it. I'm done. I'm done. I pretty much said everything I needed to say. This is embarrassing. Pretty much have a balance in your own life. Don't depend on someone else to be the balance for you of work and stress. Take care of yourself. Be an adult. I know it's exhausting to be a woman and realize how every single thing is implemented to keep you back. But maybe have a brain and do something about it. Sorry, that completely is against every single thing I just learned today. Wait. Ugh. This is empty. Oh no, it's not. What did we learn? Buy a purse. Have somebody hold it. Buy a clutch. Don't put it under your arm. Don't be in a rush. Don't think. Don't let people see you use a napkin. Don't be human. Don't solve your problems. Be inept and stupid. So pretty much what society has been saying women are and should be forever. So nothing new or revolutionary, everything insulting that's ever been recycled and used. Great. Thank you, TikTok. Let me get into my feminine energy real quick. Just say goodbye. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you haven't hired the guy to hold your bag for you forever, you're an embarrassment. Don't let people see you use your napkin, and if they do, kill them.